Hey folks, Coach Johnson. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to talk about 3 important reasons why women should lose weight if they haven't already started to do so. They're mostly pretty self-explanatory, but let's get through this. Let's talk about reason number 1. Reason number 1 is obviously it's unhealthy to be overweight, significantly overweight. Now this is an important distinction. Now you don't need to be super ripped and thin and have abs to be not overweight. It's a common it's a common argument people have to counter, like, well, people just, we can't all be skin and bones, and it's not necessary. I'm talking about people who are overweight, they're big. And your health is the number one thing you should be concerned about, because it's not just about you, it's about your family. You have, or your friends, you want to be able to do stuff. So, but we want you to live long enough and have a great enough quality of life to enjoy the time you have on this planet. And if you don't take care of your weight, you're going to have problems with heart disease, problems with diabetes, problems with atherosclerosis, problems with your joints being overworked, problems with your breathing. And, a quality of life is more important, in my opinion, than a quantity of life. So if you want to put more life in your years than just simply existing, you got to make sure it's a priority to get down to a healthy weight. Okay, you don't need to be stick thin. You don't need to be a swimsuit cover model. You just need to be a healthy weight. Okay, reason number 2. Reason number 2 is we want to be comfortable in the space within you live in. You want to wear clothes that off the rack that fit you. You want to be able to do normal things that don't require you to be, if your size is an impediment of wearing the clothes you want, going the places you want to go, fitting in the things you want to fit in. So just to be more comfortable in everyday life, losing weight is going to be a big deal. If you see a really cute outfit you want to wear, and gosh, if I was only 4 sizes smaller, I could wear that. Well, this is how you do it. So just be more comfortable in the space in which you live. Now let's get to the 3rd reason. And I'll give you a bit of a trigger warning here, because I'm going to speak pretty directly. I'm going to use some dude speak here. I'm going to be nice about it. And this would be the physical attraction to the opposite sex. Now let me tell you a story, a couple of stories. So I remember many years ago, I was, I think it was New Year's Eve. It might have been some other event. A woman that I had known briefly, she's like, hey, she needed a date to a party. So I was the guy. She's like, hey, you want to go to a party with me? I'm like, oh, sure, why not? So went to, I picked her up. We took her to her friend's house. I didn't know these people. And I remember going into the house. It was very nice. It was here in San Diego, or somewhere in East San Diego area, El Cajon or something like that. And walking into the house, it was cool, meeting some people. And I remember distinctly seeing pictures on their mantle or by the TV of wedding pictures. And my friend, I remember she had mentioned that her friend, the female, had gotten married about 6 months earlier. I'm like, okay, this must be her. So I'm looking at the pictures, handsome couple. Typical, posing outside by a tree and holding hands and, all the normal wedding picture stuff. So I'm looking at the picture, and then I'm looking around, and, and then a few minutes later, the friend that I come with, she brings over this female, and she goes, this is my friend. I don't remember her name. Jessica. Let's call her Jessica. And so this is the same woman that was just in the wedding pictures that I was looking at. And it was 6 months earlier. So it would have been summertime. I think I'm pretty sure it was New Year's Eve party. Maybe it was a Christmas party. I don't remember. And this woman was at least 50 pounds heavier when I met her, and she was not pregnant, than when she was in the wedding pictures. And I bring this up not to shame her for any reason, but this leads to my second story. Now, when we would take new clients in for fitness, we had a questionnaire. And on the questionnaire, things like, what have you tried before? Do you have any limitations? Do you have any injuries? And then we'd have a checklist of please mark down why you want to lose weight, because, finding your why is very important. We talk about this all the time. And on the checklist were things like, I want to fit in better clothes. I want to be healthier. I want to, have more energy for my kids. And there was a box that we had there. It's called, I want to increase attraction for my significant other, spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend, depending on who was filling the chart out. And I will tell you, very, very rarely would a female, really males either, but a female check the box that said, I want to increase the attraction to my spouse or from my spouse. or for my significant other. Almost never checked it off. Okay. So they always want, I want to be healthier. I want to fit in better clothes. I want to, I want to look good for my high school reunion, whatever their story was. So these two stories illustrate something very important. And I want to make sure I'm really clear about this. And this is, I would say the vast majority of women massively, massively, massively underestimate how much of a role your physical fitness plays in the attraction of a female to a male. Now, it works both ways, and I just shot a video a little while ago about telling guys kind of the same thing, so I'm not picking on you guys. I'm not picking on females. But most women have very little understanding of how important physical attraction is. Not just the makeup, but the physical fitness. And it's not society. It's not some kind of a, subversive movement. It's just biology. The same reason women want a man to be able to provide for a family and have a job and a goal and direction is the same thing men look at for females to show, fertility cues. It's subconscious. It's not like we don't trust me. And I'm telling you this because as a guy and a trainer, I have talked to many, many, many men who tell me that their wives or their girlfriends or their significant others have gotten in a relationship and they just, maybe they had some kids, and they just put on a ton of weight, and then they didn't make a lot of effort to get back to where they were when they started. Like this woman I just talked about at the wedding. So 6 months earlier, she was in the wedding pictures, very, very attractive in the, obviously it's a wedding dress, I get it, but she had gained 40 or 50 pounds in 6 months just since getting married. And again, she was not pregnant, so she wasn't expecting a child anytime soon. And yes, having children and changing your lifestyle definitely affects your ability to lose weight. I talk about all that stuff on this channel, how to, set yourself up for success to, get in better shape. Again, you don't need to be a supermodel, but I don't think, actually, I can guarantee the typical woman massively underestimates how important this is. And I'm not telling you this to hurt your feelings. I'm not telling you this to, have you get all pissed off and sputter around how, I'm insensitive and it's the society. It's not society, it's biology. Now, I've had many, female friends complain to me, like, my husband and I, we aren't intimate that much anymore. This doesn't seem attractive to me. And I would ask them, I usually don't, because being understanding of female nature and how sensitive often these topics are, is I would say, well, look at your wedding picture or your first pictures of you guys dating, and then look at a picture of you guys now. Again, this is not just on women. Men have this same responsibility, but look at the difference. I mean, if there's a significant difference in how much weight someone's gained over 2 years, 10 years, 20 years, that is a huge factor in male to female attraction. So we want you to be healthy and live a long, prosperous life. We want you to, have comfort in the space in which you live and not have to, oh, I can't sit in a booth because I can't fit. I can't, I have to need 2 seats on an airplane. I can't buy clothes off the rack. I have to go to a special store for that. But also we want you to not, and if you're single, then it's probably even more important. So if you're trying to attract a significant other, a mate, a husband, a boyfriend, then it's really stacked against you if you don't take charge of this. And you can blame all kinds of society stuff. You can blame unreasonable standards of beauty. Trust me, I will guarantee you this. Men do not require swimsuit models to feel attracted to a woman. That is a baloney excuse that women like to throw out there when they feel inadequate, or they've been rejected, or they feel like they're not. Again, it's just biology, guys. It's not trying to hurt your feelings, but if you are really overweight, you're going to have a hard time attracting the kind of attention that you want from whether it's a male that's already in your life, your husband, your boyfriend, or attracting attention from a male that you haven't met yet. Just putting it out there. So attraction is a big deal. I mean, men want it. Even if you have somebody, wouldn't it be nice to know they look at you and go, man, she's really hot, Or, same thing with guys. If your wife looks at you and goes, man, he's looking really good today. We all want that. So health, comfort, attraction. Let's get together. So again, if you aren't too triggered, if you're still here, thanks for joining me. If you found some value in this content, please subscribe to the channel. Definitely give me a like if you can. All that stuff's free, by the way. And hit the bell notification so that you know when I have another video coming up. So I appreciate your time. Thanks for joining me. Coach Johnson out.